Hey, Dave Austin here, and it's Monday, 12 noon. As you know, I've been doing this for weeks now, and every Monday I'll keep coming with my game ready so that you get prepared to have the best week of your life. It takes practice and consistency. A lot of us got a chance to watch the Super Bowl yesterday, and oh my gosh, Tom Brady did it again. I'll be honest with you. I was rooting for the Falcons because I wanted to see the Falcons hadn't won a Super Bowl. I wanted to see them finally break through. Matt Ryan had such a great year, but you know what? You can't deny great coaching and a quarterback that never gives in, never gives up. And how does that happen? I mean, it comes from years and years of training. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. That's not really what this call is going to be about today, but I can't help but share my thoughts on that. I see Tim Grasso's on. Who else is here? It's hard to, and Chase is on. Awesome. I so appreciate you guys coming to this moment for us to share every Monday and get grounded and get into the visualization of anything can be possible. Now, back to Tom Brady for a moment. I mean, you think it just happened overnight that he could come back? You know, they were getting beaten. It didn't really look like they had a shot. How does a guy continually, time and time again, be able to rise up and come forward and do it again and win? Because it's years of practice. Tom was a skinny kid. When he went to college, he sat on the bench and he learned a lot on the bench. Some of us, when we're not in the limelight, are we learning? Are we growing? Are we taking advantage of that time on the bench? My own son, Shane, my wife loves Tom Brady because his mindset reminds her so much of Shane. And in college, there were times that it was really challenging when he was sitting on the bench and not being the starter. And it frustrated us. But Shane always stayed focused. And he'd come into these games dramatically, and he was so ready, and all of a sudden he would just perform absolutely like he had been playing the game the whole time because he prepared himself mentally, and that's what Tom Brady has done over the years through whatever adversity he had coming up, and all were ended up being benefits for him to be able to march into this situation. It doesn't just happen. It takes that every single day commitment to living fully. That's where, with that saying that we have in Extreme Focus, champions are champions before they're champions. You don't wait to win the championship. You already decided. So even when things are going down, even when it looks like, oh my gosh, there's no way we're going to come through. Not with a mindset that has been prepared to take that on. Not with a mindset that doesn't get distracted with the what ifs or, oh my gosh, we don't have this, we don't have that. It's a mindset that keeps focus on the job ahead, at the objective that you're going after. So today, this is part 2 of what I call the impossible into the possible. And last week I shared with you with a story how when I came out of college, I moved into a $1 million condo on the water with zero money. And it was like, that's impossible. But it became possible because one thing I mentioned, I was naive. I didn't know it was impossible. So I just always stayed true to the objective that I had in my mind was this is where I'm going to live because this is where I truly would love to live. So no, whatever obstacles came up, I was able to just keep moving through, and I allowed myself to stay creative through those doubts. You know, when you allow yourself, worry and fear can really keep you down. It challenges you to open to that creativity where all the solutions are. They're all up here, but you have to allow yourself to stay there. And so I look back at that, what I told you last week, and I learned a lot from it. And a lot of times I forget it myself. So some of these, telling these stories for you is to lift you up, but it's also to help me to go, you know what? You did it before. You can do it again if you so choose to. Because who's it up to? It's up to no one but yourself. So today, being Grammy week, I got to share a Grammy story. In 1991, I was given the Presidential Merit Award from the Grammys. I mean, it's a huge honor. At the time, I didn't see it as a big honor. Nowadays, I look at it and I go, wow, that's pretty amazing. So I want to tell you how I actually got there to actually achieve that accomplishment. And then, we'll kind of go back over what are the principles that I use to create a situation that was absolutely impossible into being. And it's good for me to keep reliving these at times. A lot of times I wouldn't even respect what I had done because I know it's me. We discount because it's us. We discount because it's us. Like, it can't be that big a deal. It was only a few years ago I was watching the Grammys and I said, and then they go, now the Presidential Merit Award for the Grammys. I said, that sounds like a big deal. I should go out in the garage and find mine. But see, I didn't give it the respect it deserved. So how did I come about getting the Presidential Merit Award from the Grammys? Does this relate to the impossible becoming possible? Well, years ago, I was in Nashville. Most of you know I played professional tennis at one time. And a producer friend of mine who was a very accomplished producer, did a lot of great records and everything. I'll even give him a shout out, Jay Center. He really got into tennis. And I was teaching him tennis. And he just got so into it, he moved down and lived right where I was at and just kept taking lessons every day because he really wanted, the only way he knew to achieve things is to be all in. That's how he was successful as a music producer. And he decided he really wanted to become a great tennis player. So I saw this and I said, hey, how about instead of you paying the kind of money you have to pay me to do every day, is something that's even more important to me is I want to be in the studio. Will you work with me in the studio? At that point in my life, I just had a lot of passion about bringing my music forth. Even though I was a tennis player, I wanted to experience that opportunity to bring the music that I felt was inside me forward. So we agreed and we did that. And then there was this opportunity came up where he invited me back to Nashville to play in a charity tennis tournament with him. I was his ringer partner, so to speak. And when we were there playing, a lot of other musicians, a lot of people in the music industry were there. And I had these 3 guys come up to me back in the Players Lounge, and they had long hair, and they came and said, hey, when do you play next? We like watching you play. And I had noticed them. They were always in the front row of the seating, always watching whenever we were on the court. I thought, who are you guys? And they said, we're in a band. And I'm thinking, well, some local Nashville band, that's cool. And I just kind of said, well, what band are you in? And they said, Kansas. I went, Kansas? Now, Kansas, you got to realize, this is back in the 70s. Kansas was in their heyday. I was a huge fan of Kansas, but I'd never seen them. I didn't know what they looked like. And so instantly we became best friends. It was just one of those things. The respect they had for me in tennis and the respect that I had for them in music. It was just that mutual bond that we just really got excited. And the next week, I was going to be putting on a clinic on the island of Kauai. Jeffrey Flam, if you're out there right now it's funny, sending pictures back to where he's out there in Kauai right now, but many memories go back to that, where I used to put every year a tennis clinic, a week tennis clinic on the island of Kauai. Well, if you're a band, you have 3 times of the year. You have concert time, you're on the tour. Another time is when you're in the studio, and another time is downtime. It happened to be Kansas's downtime. So Phil Ehart, the founder of the group and the drummer of the group, he and his wife goes, hey, we're in a downtime. Can we sign up for your clinic in Hawaii? And I said, hey, awesome. So came out to Hawaii, got to know him. I mean, we literally became best friends that week. And the following week, I'm playing at La Costa in what was called the Carl Reiner Pro Celebrity. And they go, hey, can we just come to La Costa too with you? I'm like, yeah, come on to La Costa. So, he came, and when we were there, we started dreaming about what if we brought the best tennis players in the world and the top rock stars in the world together. That would be so cool. And what could we do to, raise awareness and raise money for a worthy cause? Well, what's the cause that we want to really, give to? Because we wanted to go beyond just our kind of fun part of bringing the worlds together. We wanted to contribute through it. And so Kansas was signed to CBS, it was the label at the time, that he said, well, they just started what's called the T.J. Martell Foundation. And I think the music industry is really going to get behind it. Why don't we help and give funds to that? I thought, that's great. So we went to New York, had a meeting in New York with the founders of the T.J. Martell Foundation. And I remember the president of CBS at the time goes, hey, this is a great thing. This is amazing. but it'll never happen. It's impossible for it to happen. I looked at him like, really? He says, yeah, as the president of CBS, I could never get a musician to donate their time for a cause. It just isn't going to happen. It's never been done and never will. I mean, that was his thought on it. And then the T.J. Martell Foundation said, you know what, we just can't get behind this. I'm going, yeah, but all we're doing is offering you money. We want to give you the money we raise. And they're, yeah, but we can't put our name to something that isn't going to make it. It just won't happen. And we thought, wow, that's interesting. So even here, when we're in a give mode, we're going to give. They're going, no, we can't do it because we can't be associated with a failure. I thought, wow, that's interesting. I can understand that. So Phil and I walked out of the office and we looked at each other and said, are we going to do this? And Phil and I kind of gave each other a kind of a funny look and went, yeah, we're going to do this. And so we went on back. Phil lived in Atlanta. We decided we were going to do it in Atlanta, Georgia, because we at least had one band that lived in Atlanta. That was Kansas. And we figured they were a big act at the time. Thought we got one band. We got one tennis player. You know, we're going to go forward. But we started calling friends. And people going, really? You guys are going to do this? Wow, that's incredible. I want to be there. I want to be there. So we got better and better as it went on, and we got all these big acts until right to the last minute. I can remember where the reality set in that we weren't paying for anybody's way, and we weren't paying for them. And so we would get artists or we'd get tennis players going, wait a minute, is this really happening? Because now they're paying for their own airfare to come down to Atlanta. And it was the musicians and the tennis pros. And I remember Phil and I was in his office at his home, and we were just, it was so funny that we were, kind of like almost in pleading mode with the difference. And yeah, they're going to come, it's going to happen. And we're like, is it really going to happen? You know, there was so much of, so easy to have doubt. The good news is that we had each other to support each other. Now, that's one of the clues here in achieving anything that might look like it's impossible, is have a good support team around you. We didn't have a big support team. We had, Phil and I, and that was it. But that was enough to keep us going, because if it was just one of us, with all the opposition was saying, this ain't going to happen, we probably would have given in. But we decided, oh, no, we're staying true. We're putting our names, we're putting everything on the line here. And lo and behold, everyone started showing up. I mean, Alan Parsons flew in from England. We had, another really big act come in from England. We had the biggest acts of the act. We had the Commodores, America, Survivor, Santana, and Loverboy had the #1 hit at the time on the radio. I mean, they just started coming, and all the tennis players came in. It was a week before the U.S. Open, so it was just an amazing experience, and we're all going, this is incredible. This is incredible. So we had the tennis tournament, and then we had the All-Star concert, and it was the concert of all concerts. It was amazing. Everyone played like 2 or 3 of their biggest hits, and at one point, I'm emceeing the show, and this one guy comes up and goes, hey, we want to go on. We want to go on too. And I looked at him and said, wait, you haven't been at rehearsals? Who are you? I'm going, you can't. And he just kept bugging me. After I would introduce one act, he'd come back and say, hey, we're here. We want to go on. And I finally went to Phil and I said, would you get this guy off my back? I said, and how did he get backstage? And Phil goes, put him on, put him on. I said, what do you mean put him on? They weren't at rehearsal. He goes, it's Queen. I went, oh my gosh. See, it was Roger Taylor, the drummer that of Queen, that was the one that was the spokesperson coming to me. And I didn't know what their drummer looked like. So I'm going, oh, I'm here just turning down Queen. They just happened to heard the vibe was out there. They ended up showing up. And so I said, all right, you guys are on. Unbelievable what took place. And it really turned the music world upside down. It was one of these things that all of a sudden they went, wow. You mean this is possible? You can do something and raise money for a cause through music and through tennis. It was a combination. And we did something that had never been done before. It was incredible. So we did several of them. And every year it got bigger and bigger. And finally, it was getting so big that I was like, wait a minute. This is like a full-time gig. I love charity, but it's hard. Because we ended up doing it. A tennis pro who was in the top 20 in the world all of a sudden came down with cancer. And we ended up helping start the Butch Waltz Foundation, because that was just something we decided, if the T.J. Martell doesn't want our money, let's go there. And we did it about cancer research and everything, and it became very successful. So it was so successful, as I said, that I just couldn't do it anymore because it was so time consuming to put it on. But then I was invited to the, just before the Grammys, Grammys party the night before the Grammys that the NARAS, the National Recording Arts, was putting on. And the CEO came up to me and said, hey, look, we want to start the Grammy Foundation. We've never had a foundation. We want to start, it's called Music Cares and Grammy in the Schools. Will you help start it for us with one of your big events? And I went, my gosh, you guys know how to put on events. Why us? They go, yeah, but we don't know how you guys do it. How you get everyone to flock in like this. That's incredible. So decided, okay, we'll do it. And lo and behold, you know, we had another very successful music and tennis festival. In fact, Pete Sampras, who was only 19 at the time, I had asked Pete if Pete would play Brad Gilbert in a tennis exhibition the night after the concert. And Pete was like, about 20 in the world at the time. Brad, I think, was number 3 in the world. So I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. And a lot of people were asking me, why are you having the young kid, Pete Sampras? You've got other players that might, ranked higher. I said, because I think Pete's going to be a number 1 player. And lo and behold, that week, we had it the week after the Open on this time, Pete wins the U.S. Open, beats Agassi in the finals. Oh my gosh, it was just magical. And so Pete played Brad, and you thought I was some kind of brilliant, saw this in the future or something. We sold out the day that he won the U.S. Open. We sold out the stadium, and so all of a sudden here we go, and the magic continues. And that's why in 1991 then I was given the Presidential Merit Award from the Grammys, because so many good things happened, not just from our event, but Farm Aid, Live Aid, We Are the World, Hands Across America. All these amazing things started taking place, and it's gone on and on and on because 2 crazy guys said yes. That's all. 2 friends just said, okay, we're crazy enough to do this, and we did it. The impossible became possible. And then it opened the eyes for everyone else to see that, this is a powerful way to create awareness, to create funds. I mean, billions of dollars now have been raised through concerts and all that. And Phil and I were the first ones to kind of be crazy enough to say yes to it. So how does that happen? It's keeping your eye on your objective, even in the face of adversity or where no one else thinks is possible. And then, what is the why behind it? Now, back then, I think back, why was I so passionate about it? And to be honest with you, I think it was more about trying to prove my self-worth than anything else. I mean, I love the charities we did it for. It was very important, but if I'm really honest, I think I was just striving to show that I could, I suppose, worthy. And so we created the possible out of the impossible. And I'm very proud today about it. Very, very proud that we were able to do something of this magnitude. But it took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, let's put it that way. And a lot of times that's just what it takes. And it's not allowing the negative or the things that are the reasons you can't do it to get in your way of the reasons you're doing to do it. And that's, going back to Tom Brady yesterday. He didn't allow all the distractions that were, and there was a lot of distractions. He was getting hit hard. I mean, he got hammered. He got hammered yesterday, but he never let that get in the way. He kept the will alive. He kept the vision alive. He wouldn't allow. Many of you are faced with fear or emotions every day. And if we let the emotion or the fear get in front of our vision, then it stops us from our vision. So it's a discipline. It's a discipline to learn how to, as you say, get behind me. You just get behind me. I'm seeing and I'm going forward. And yeah, that's scary at times. But even through the fear, courage is not the absence of fear. It's how we move through fear. That's what courage is all about. And it takes courage to do anything of significance. It really does. And it takes that strong desire and that strong passion of why am I going to keep stepping forward, even when everyone else says it can't be done. I'm going to keep my vision straight. I'm going to keep it focused. I hope this is beneficial for you to see what is in your life that you're holding yourself back from because, well, I don't know what other people think. A lot of times what we do in that case is we're going to ask other people, well, what do you think? And they go, I don't know. I don't think that sounds very realistic at all. So now we're buying into their belief system rather than establish our belief system. I think if you're going to have what do you think, it's probably good to go to those who maybe have done something like it before. Somebody has expertise in it. So when you say, what do you think? Say, well, this is what we found. This is what we did. So they're actually giving you knowledge, but you don't have to, it's their experience, which is very valuable. But now you can build on that if you so choose to. Rather than just take in all the opinions of others and let all these belief systems that probably aren't going to support you because maybe what you're thinking about is just too grand for them to see. That's what I do, with our Beast Mode On, 30-day challenge and everything. We just work on developing the mindset to open your mind to do whatever it is that you truly would love to do so that when you hit objections, when you hit things that say, no, you can't do this, you have a strength to pass through. You can go ahead and step through it because the animal triggers give you that trigger. Give you that trigger right there. And I tell you, I use them all the time. I'm human too. Just because I know this stuff doesn't mean I don't use it on a day-to-day basis. It's what helps me to advance because I never want to stop advancing. And I hope that's the same for you, that you never want to stop advancing. There's always new arisings. And that's what makes life living so much more fulfilling if you allow yourself to just, even with fear, even with doubt, say, I'm going to do this today. And you stretch a little bit. And then you stretch a little bit more. And then you stretch a little bit more. Then, the impossible has all of a sudden become the possible. So let's vision now with the game ready. That's what I do on these things is do what I've been doing for so many years with so many great elite athletes through companies, helping CEOs vision things. And then now, as you know, with the Army and the Navy, working with those that serve us so well. It's such a pleasure, but helping them create the mindset to win no matter what. So with that said, I want you to take this moment. Now I want you to just tap into gratitude. I can't talk enough about the strength of gratitude. That which you feed is going to grow. That which you starve will die. So why not feed all the things that you love? All the things that you're grateful for. Just allow that to put a smile on your face, to lift you up. And no matter what you're facing today, all of a sudden you realize that, wow, when I really tap into gratitude, I feel so much stronger. The more I can say thank you, the more things I actually have to be thankful for. So as you tap into that, now close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, I want you to see your gate, any kind of gate. For those that might be doing this for the first time, or those that have gone through this with me many times, you know that you can be the creator of your own gate. So see it, and then pass through it, and now come into a place of nature. Either a place you've been to before, combination of places, but oh my gosh, you're getting, those that have been with me every week and do this, you're getting so familiar with this place, just going, I love coming here. It's like I've just flown 1,000 miles to this place, but I haven't had to go anywhere but right here, right now, and I can just experience the beauty of it, because nature loves to be appreciated. So you're just sitting there in awe of the beauty that you've put yourself into. It is taking you up into that higher elevation, that higher vibration, where everything is possible. You're in that creative mindset just because you're allowing yourself to take in the beauty. And as I said, nature loves to be appreciated. So just sending you this energy. Allow it just to, deep breath. Your breathing is so deep that you're lighting the flame way deep within you, way deep into your gut. Now go ahead and walk stronger forward. See yourself stepping forward in a new strength that's already there for you. You're just now taking all the walls, releasing all the walls, and opening to this greater gift of you, the bigger you. And walk in that strength, and now see a gate at the other end, and walk through that gate, and now you're walking into your life. Now as you walk into your life, you're now just, Experience yourself allowing yourself to see a dream and taking steps towards that dream and rejoicing with every step. Feel the strength of who you truly are. So when those temptations come to stop you from going there, say, no, this is what I truly love and this is who I truly am. So see yourself playing whatever it is in life at the highest level. Experience what that's like. So that your subconscious mind can say, absolutely, I feel this. Allow yourself to feel it. You can see it from both places. You can see it as if you're watching TV and you're watching yourself just be amazing. Or you can see it through your eyes, peering out and experience through your body right now of that success, of that gift that you're bringing forth. Both ways are equally powerful. You can go back and forth or stay in one. It really doesn't matter. Just feel the experience of that success that you're now achieving. That maybe something someone else said, that's not possible, but you're seeing yourself see it become possible right now. Now go ahead, and I want you to come back through the gate. Come back in to nature. It is such an awesome gift that you can go out there, see your life so fully lived. See yourself taking the team even down, having to come back with 2-point conversions twice. Whatever it is in your life, but seeing that, you know what, everything is possible because you allow yourself to see it happening. And now you're back in this peace and beauty of the nature, knowing that it's here to support you. So it just gives you, it's a giving of strength that you allow yourself to receive. What a gift. Go where you see a well of running water, and the water is so clear, so refreshing. As you drink it, it's the most refreshing feeling you've ever had. It just runs through your veins, and you can feel yourself lighting up to this energy. There's a strength here that goes way beyond yours that you're just saying yes to. So now walk in that strength. Walk in that knowing. It's a great week, and it's a great day today to get your week off right. Get really set and get your vision so clear that it won't be denied. And even when things come to block your vision, you just go ahead and say, no, this is what I see. This is what I'm doing. And all of a sudden, they just fall to the wayside, and you're right back on track so that you can finish strong in that which you desire to finish. So go ahead, come back through the gate, open your eyes. You're game ready. And thank you again for allowing me to be part of your life. Allow me to share with you what I've been doing for years for so many. And I hope that it intrigues you to even know and want more, because there is a lot more. In anything, there's always depths that we can go. So be a beast in everything in your life. Unleash your animal instincts into absolutely a performance-driven life. All the best, and beast mode on.